Hey there, it's me again, Nicole, and on this video, we will be discussing on how you can edit your web pages using Revamply software. Now, in this dashboard, you just need to choose which page or variation you wish to make changes to and click Site Editor. We'll be using variation or test one page for this particular example, and Revamply should load your web page inside this editor so that you can start making your changes. Now, whenever you want to make a change, you need to select the element that you would like to change so that the settings box would appear. Now, make sure that you select the appropriate element before you begin editing, and that keep in mind that you have two ways to select an element. One is that you can hover on the element and select one single element, which would look like this, or you can select an entire section, which we call the div, which looks like this. Now, once you decide on what to select, you have two options again to select and edit. First one is that you can either single click on it, which will open up a settings box for the particular element, which looks like this, or if you want to edit a text element, you just need to double click on it, which will also pull up a settings options for you, or different options for you to edit the text. Now, when settings box is opened, you can change the settings of that particular element. Also, this settings box is dynamic, and it will show different settings for different types of elements so that you can customize each element appropriately. For example, for text element, you can change the font, size, orientation, same as with the element itself. You do have a couple of options as well for editing. Now, aside from using your mouse, you can use your keyboard shortcuts in editing, such as using delete to remove a selected element from the page, arrow keys to move it to move your element around, and you can also use Control Z. This will undo your last action. Now, those are the basics of editing using Revamply software. Now, let's try and go ahead and do some examples. This is by using a drag and drop with mouse. You can either use your mouse or you can just use your arrow keys, as I've mentioned earlier. There are a couple, or you can hide an element. Control Z to bring it back, or you can use undo. That is on the top of the editor page. You can hide or delete a particular element. You can also change text, change the orientation, change the font. There are a couple of things that you can do. Aside from that, we do have a couple of options at the top of the editor page in which you can also add different elements, such as adding buttons, opt-in form, countdown, headlines, social media buttons, images, page settings. You can change that too. We also have color dropper, which is a drag and drop feature as well. You can change the text color or background, which looks like this. Let's give an example. Or the text. It's as easy as picking the color, drag and drop. Choose whether you would like to update the color of the text or the background. And you also have the option of opt-ins. You do have preview, undo, redo, save, and publish. Please be reminded though that when you choose the publish option, it will show you an embedded code, and you would need to add it only once, and once it's added, the pop-up will ask to verify the code is added or not, and if added, all the changes will go live. Aside from that, we have the variations. The variations editor, the variations tab on the editor too, in which you can create a new variation, or you can also jump to another variation from the editor itself. Now, from this one, you can come back to the dashboard, check the analytics. Um, Also, one thing important is that I mentioned in the first video about adding applications. You have to make sure that before you start editing that you have already configured all of your applications before you start editing your web page. Alright, so that's basically the features that we have, or the basic editing that you can do with Revamply software. Thank you.